Welcome to A&B Horror Movies. I'm Aaron, and I'm very excited to be joined today by Adam Steigert. Adam, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to chat with you today about all of your films, but specifically Ombis Alien Invasion and the upcoming sequel, Ombis Alien Awakening 2. So
Thank you. Yeah.
congratulations. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
going to be fun. But before we get to that, I just want to do a quick intro. So you are a director, a writer, a producer, an editor, an actor, a podcaster. I probably missed a few things, but that's a quick rundown of your resume and your skills. You have, in addition to the Ombus films, you've worked on Prisoners of the Dead, Fang, Gore, The Horrific Evil Monsters, A Grim Becoming, and Bites with a Z. So, congratulations on all of those films. And I just want to mention that you also run Indie Adam on YouTube, which has over 600,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. Congrats on your YouTube channel and all of your successes to date. I can't wait to chat with you today.
Thank you. That's quite the intro there. Somebody did their homework or somebody knows me very well.
I did do my homework. All right, well, let's jump right into Ombis. So, Ombis
Yeah.
Alien Invasion.
Think you might have found a new species here.
Mark, you need to tell me what in the hell's going on. Please.
It's the alien bacteria from another world.
What do you want me to say? That the world's being invaded by aliens? Calm down. What happened?
Thankless job.
And who the hell are you?
Another beautiful morning in a quiet town.
Asian. You have 1.4 million views on YouTube, which is phenomenal. But let's talk about how did this film come about? What inspired Ombus Alien Invasion, a gooey zombie alien gore fest, which is an absolute blast to watch. So why don't we start there?
Sure thing. Amish is a slang for the word zombie. So when I grew up in high school and stuff, I was a very much meticulous writer. I would write short stories, and over time, I really became infatuated with zombie movies. And as a result, I started to, quote, write what I know. My grandfather always taught me to write what you know. And so I wrote zombies, but as I got older and I wanted to take film seriously, I fell in love with the Blob. And not just the original version, because the original version's classic, but
Mhm.
I really like the 80s version. I mean,
Yes.
really like the 80s version.
Oh, it's so
Going
good.
to
So good. I love it too. The effects, everything, everything. Keep going. Keep going.
No. It's a good transition point just for a brief second because the effects are like top notch. I
Yes.
love what they did with the Blob. They made it scary. I mean, there was so much
Mhm.
like potential with that. Anyways, so we got the zombies and we got the Blob, and being an indie guy, I just started working on trying to adapt my own version of what that combination would look like. You know, like if people were
Yes.
walking around as slime creatures, which is what they are, and as soon as they
Mhm.
touch you, you become part of them or they become a slime creature. So, um, really, really, really was inspired by those two films, or not two films, two the film and the genre, I should say.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then it just was a process trying to make the movie. A funny story I like to say every now and then is we only had enough funding for the film to shoot one day, and I had the whole film scheduled. So I was on a whim and a prayer, and the
Oh my
first day we
God.
shot, yeah, it's a $36,000 film on this one,
Okay.
and we had less than $4,000 on day one. So
And you filmed everything in one day? Did I hear that correctly?
no, no, no,
Oh, okay,
no.
okay.
I invited a couple people down to the set to be like crew slash producer people, like see if they would
Mhm.
want to invest. And by
I
the
see.
end of
Okay.
the first shoot, they were all very on board to bring the film to life. So
Mm.
that's how I raised the money. I was scared out of my mind too because back then I tried to start an Indiegogo, and the Indiegogo
Okay.
only rose either 10 or $100.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah,
That's crushing.
Indiegogo. Yeah, it was
It didn't
terrible.
work out. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing you found other investors. So you mentioned the blob and sort of the green slime effects, I guess I would describe it. Um, and they're incredible, by the way. The effects in Ombis are incredible. I can only imagine what's coming with the sequel.
Oh
But
yes.
my question is, what was it like creating these effects? Was it, they just work so well in the film. So what was it like bringing that to life?
Well, those were brought to life by Phil
Hmm.
and Jill, Phil Beath and Jill Jovic at the time.
Okay.
Jill is now Jill Newbauer Novik. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is those two individuals graduated from the Tom Savini School of Arts. Some people adore that school, some people don't have great things to say about it. But regardless, they came from that school, and we actually was crazy because part of the film, like when we were doing head casts, they actually
Okay.
used some of those as their assignments during school. So I got the ability, me and a couple of crew members got the ability to go to the campus and see some of the effects that Tom Savini has laying around in big, archived. I don't want to say cages, but like
Like
display cases.
museum display.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Like from what films? What did you I digress, but
Creep Show was there. Creep Show
oh
was there with the
cool.
creature from underneath
Fluffy,
the stairs.
right? I think it's called Fluffy.
I think it is as well, but it's been a while since I've seen the movie.
Yeah, okay.
Uh, I do adore Creep Show, so
Mhm.
don't think I'm not a fan. But there was some other things there, and I'm trying to think of the most. That was the most notable one because I spent the most time looking at it. It's
That's
so
amazing.
intricate. It's so intricate.
Yes. So with the effects, what would you say was the biggest challenge from a director's perspective?
For Ombus One, I
Mhm.
would say the biggest challenge from a director's perspective on Ombus One was trying to find the funding. You
I
know,
see.
the two makeup artists, Phil and Jill, they were so like they knew exactly what I wanted. I said, "Hey, I need a little bit of a zombie, but I need slime and I need like grotesque." And the big thing is we didn't want blood, so we had to
Right.
use the blood effects very sparingly.
Mhm.
And yeah, so we wanted it to be more friendly to all audiences, so that's why we went with the greens.
Yeah, it works so well. I'd like to ask guests that I have on, how would they describe their film using other films? So you mentioned The Blob. What other movies would you throw out for those who haven't seen On This Alien Invasion?
Honestly, I think the 1988 film of The Blob is probably the biggest influence.
Oh no. A few technical difficulties, but we are back now. So Adam, you were saying that your film Ombis is most like The Blob. What other films would you choose?
Independence Day is probably the other one I would reference, especially the
Oh
sequel.
yeah.
Ombis 2 has a lot of Independence Day vibes to it. And it's on a scale as ambitious as Independence Day 1 was. So I'm excited for people to kind of see that brought together in an indie world, you know.
Oh,
But
yes.
yeah, those are really the main films. I mean, Friday the 13th has always been in there. I like to say Friday the 13th, and I hate the
Mhm.
movie Jason Goes to Hell, but I love the opening with the writing of
Yeah,
the whole room and stuff like that. So I've looked at
right.
that several times in my career and kind of mimicked my own stories behind them.
Excellent, excellent. So why don't we jump right into Ombis Alien Awakening Part 2, or 2, I should say. So for fans of the first film, what can you share about this new film? What can they expect more of, I guess is my question.
It's big. It's epic. It's
Big.
ambitious. Uh,
That's
it's
cool.
it's the first film we would always joke around about saying that we're making a film. This film we were calling it a blockbuster. And when you see it on the big screen, because that's what it's made for, is the biggest screen you can watch it on, you're going to really be able to kind of get a good feel for that scale and the gravity of what we're trying to create.
Oh, that's amazing. And do you know yet if it'll get a widescreen or a theatrical release?
It's going
Too
to get a
soon to
limited
say?
release,
Limited
but
release?
it
Okay.
is a little too soon. Yeah, it's a little too soon to say, but it will get a limited release of some fashion. And yeah,
Cool.
so I'm excited about that. Locally, it'll be out.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to see it. So I understand that some of the original cast is coming back, which is very exciting. Can you speak to that a little bit? Who will be coming back after nearly 14 years of 14 years in the making, I guess I would say.
Pause for 1 second if we can. My light has died officially.
It's too funny. So I've got to
Ah,
say, we've had like a thunderstorm, power outage, the lights are going out, you name it. We've had so many technical difficulties, and I think it's fantastic
Today's
that we're
been that day.
still here talking to each other.
Yeah, how bad is it?
No, it
How
looks
bad is
great.
it?
I think it looks
Okay.
perfect.
All right. Well, we're out of the light. But anyways, if you'd like to continue, go ahead. Ask the question again. I'm
Let's
sorry.
continue. Yes. So there are cast members coming back. Um, what was it like getting some of them to come back for the sequel? Like I said, nearly 14 years in the making.
Yeah. The second film has been, we were talking about making Ombis 2 for 10 plus years. It's one of those
Hmm.
films, much like Prisoners of the Dead, that people seem to really gravitate to. And as a result, yeah, it was an honor to go back. But then I had to see who would even be interested in going back to the world of Ombis. And
Yes.
I will tell you, there's some cameos in this one that are pretty impressive. I will say that, and are unexpected that return from the first film. I got most of the entire cast back. Um, I got most of the entire cast back,
Okay.
but there was one person that doesn't return, and his absence is explained in the film.
I see. Okay. Well, no spoilers. It's too soon, so no spoilers. But I do understand that you finished filming, so congratulations on that. That's a huge accomplishment. My next question about the sequel is oftentimes fans can expect something more, like I spoke to a little bit. Now, the effects are incredible in Ombis, the first one, Alien Invasion, like I've spoke to already. Are they even amped up in the second one? Can you give a little bit of a hint at what to expect
Yeah,
in the sequel?
yeah, the sequel is big, man. It's much bigger than I ever anticipated. It makes me feel like we're in the world of Marvel. That's how big a film that this
Oh my
version of
gosh.
the sequel is. Yeah, when you see it, there is a teaser trailer getting ready to be released. There's no official date yet, but the
Okay.
trailer's done. It's just we're not sure when we want to release it yet, and it's a pretty awesome, fun little thing. And
Very cool.
yeah, I'm very excited about it. And like you said, bringing people back from the original film, Jason John Beebe, who was infected in the first film, that kind of like left us off a little bit on what happened to that
Yeah.
character after he was
Yes.
abducted. We upgraded the one thing I'll say about this, as I mentioned before, is we actually had a budget for this film, where the first film didn't have a budget. Uh, and what's also funny is we used Indiegogo to help raise half of the budget, and Indiegogo
Oh,
rose
okay.
almost $30,000, where the
Oh my
first film
gosh.
couldn't even get 100.
Yes. Yes, you mentioned that. So much more of a success the second time around. And I think that really speaks to the fan base that you have now with your film, with the Ombis films, I should say, because soon there will be more. Um, are there any, I guess we're probably getting into spoiler territory, but are there any major differences that you can speak to, or if you don't want to share anything else, that's totally fine too.
No, for sure, I definitely would like to give everybody a little taste, because we're right on the precipice of this coming out and everybody's seeing it. And the big thing I want to state is I made this film because I wanted people to have a moment to go to the theater and just enjoy it. I'm not looking for people to praise it as like the best movie of all time, but we did a lot of hard work with the CGI, and
Mm.
it is really a beautiful film, but it also has action between like every about 15 to 30 seconds of film, which is different than anything I've done in the past, because it gives you a little more high octane up to the scenario and the situation the story is telling. So I will say that there are some good I don't want to say kills in this movie, because we don't want to say it specifically like that, but there are some good, awesome, very gross scenes in this movie that will top the first film. And the
Oh,
makeup is way
fantastic.
better, by the way.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's see. Will there be a physical release? Do you know yet? Like a Blu-ray or
Yes, there will
DVD?
be the.
Definitely
Yeah,
will. Okay.
yeah,
I I
yeah,
had to ask because I will definitely get a
yeah,
copy.
yeah.
Um, let's see. So of all the
Be an honor.
films, yeah, yeah, of course. So now that you've worked on the two Ombus films and all of your other films, would you say that there is a favorite scene or sequence that you've created or
Yes,
scenes? And what would you choose if you had to?
there are two. There are two that really stand out to me. One is from
Mhm,
the Horrific Evil Monsters, which features Anna when she becomes infected as a zombie. A really brilliant introduction scene, and such a just
mhm.
cool. I'm all about color and graphics and stuff like that. So we had a lot of color in those scenes, and and the actress was amazing. So were the actors that were in the scene. But well, and honestly, the other one I would say would be Ombis One in the police car. That was one of my all-time favorite scenes until Horrific Evil Monsters came along and gave me that
Yes.
Anna scene. Uh, so yeah, those are the two scenes. I mean, the chemistry between the officer and the young girl, the young Haley, is just
Mm.
it was so natural. I remember going to set, and the young actress at the time, Erin Fitzgerald, who is not the same actress returning in this one for Haley. We now have Paige Cummings reprising the role, but
Okay.
she turned to Richard Satterwhite's character, the sheriff, and said, "You
Yes.
know your lines."
Oh, that's amazing. And that's a great choice because it is a really nice scene in the film and it feels very natural. So well done. And like I said, good choice there. So I do have a question for you about Prisoners of the Dead.
Oh
There
yeah.
are, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I do have a question about what it was like taking on so many zombies and so many extras because there are scenes where there are lots of zombies in that movie. What was it like getting so many people involved? Was it a family affair? Did you do like a, I don't know, like a casting call in your community? Anyone want to come down and be a zombie? How did that go?
Well, when we made Prisoners of the Dead, I
Mhm.
was 23-ish. I could have been 24, but I'm pretty sure I was 23. And the first thing was we had no script. So we were
Mhm.
trying to find interest for it. And somebody came up to me and said, "Oh, the village of Angola, New York would love to have you guys come out." And at the time, I was a 23-year-old punk kid, like who am I? So we did that. We did a meeting with the
Mhm.
board, and I'm sure they've done several background checks on me and everything else because we did have the police car in Ombis, so there
Yeah.
was some element of background check on me.
Mhm.
But we went in with a group of people, and then we started saying, "Hey, you know what? Why don't we get the community involved?" And so we put tons of flyers out to the local schools. And then we also
Okay.
did, I was on the news several times soliciting for extras. All in all, that day, that big shoot at the end of the film where
Mhm.
the Devin character gets kind of ripped out of the car and all that, we had
Mhm.
over 1,000 people there between
Wow.
onlookers and extras and makeup. Some of the restaurants, let me back up. The community out there is really, has been through a tough time. So when we came out there, stores were running out of food and were selling out, which was an amazing thing because we were helping the community. But they gave me a whole police command station. It was a big RV looking vehicle. It was parked behind the set. I had walkie talkies on me. I really felt like a 23-year-old punk kid that could do anything at that point. But we had way more extras show up than
I
we
love
thought
it. Yeah.
we would.
What was it like with all the extras who were zombies, like putting them through, the whole makeup and it's like I can just sort of imagine, the makeup crew is like, okay, you look good, go stand over there. You look good, go stand over there, right? What was what was that like?
Well, we started doing the principals at like 11 a.m. We weren't going to shoot till 8 or 9 p.m. I can't remember anymore. But so these people were in makeup for a long time. And
Okay.
then more kept showing up, more and more and more and more. So we got to a point where we started running out of makeup appliances and just started throwing blood on them, and then we put those people in the far, far back.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you're like, good enough. Go over there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
exactly.
amazing. The word must have gotten out, right? Like, hey, come on down. You could be a zombie in this film and be in the movie.
It was
That's so
crazy.
cool.
And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
actually inspired a filmmaker's book of how to make a zombie film. It has pictures and all
Oh,
that from us on set, but there was a book inspired by it, and there's quite a few pictures from the film. Actually, I'd say most of the pictures from the film are in the book, and it was written by Rod Durick, who was on that film was the makeup effects artist.
oh, that's amazing. I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, that's so cool. Something groundbreaking. Excellent. Let's see. So, Prisoners of the Dead is also streaming. I believe it's on Tubi and on YouTube as well. If
it's
those who
everywhere.
are
Yeah.
watching have not seen it, it's everywhere. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. Um, let's see. I have a couple of general questions for you that I think are kind of fun. If there was a subgenre, maybe a horror subgenre that you could try, what would you like to do?
Well,
Maybe, go
this
ahead.
is something I really would like to do, and I've wanted to do for a long time,
Mhm.
and it is a romantic comedy.
Okay.
Not
I
really a
did not. I
subgenre, I
did
guess you
not
could
expect
say.
that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. There's no money in indie for a film like that, but
Mm,
I would tell you that I really, really, really want to make a romantic comedy. It's just there's no money in it, so that's why I've
mm,
never done one.
mm.
But that would be something I'd really, really be interested in. Now, currently, I'm in talks with another producer to possibly direct a zombie western, um,
Oh, cool.
which would be my next project if it does come to fruition.
Nice. Well, count me in for that. And I have to ask, what are your thoughts on 28
Mhm.
years later? I know it's not out yet. Um, are you looking forward to that?
I'm gonna tell you, 28 Weeks, the sequel, is one of my
Hmm.
all-time favorite movies. I thought
Oh,
the
really?
28 Days
Okay.
Later franchise. Yeah, I was funny story. Well, I'll be quick on it. 28
Go ahead.
Days Later came out, and I was only 16.
Okay.
And my grandfather took me to see that film. And I don't think he was expecting what he saw, but he took me to see that one. And then he sat out the sequel. And now, 28 years later, almost, right? We're
Yes.
here on the precipice of the sequel. And I said to him the other day, I said, "Do you want to go see this one with me?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that experience.
Oh, that's
But
really nice. Yes, go ahead.
to answer your question,
Mhm.
I am really looking forward to it. I think 28 years, that whole franchise is something unique, something different that we haven't seen, but also gives you I don't know, it's so raw. Like I remember the
Mhm.
one scene where the creature was pushing it, or not the creature, what was it? Is his name John? Who was the main guy in the first film? Can't remember his name.
Uh,
I thought it was
the
John.
actor, maybe
Well, it's
John
Clive Murphy.
Killian, right? K-
Killian
I think
Murphy,
it's
yes,
Killian
Killian
Murphy.
Murphy.
Yes. Oh gosh, I don't know. I
But
forget
when
his name. Give me a second. But go ahead.
yeah, but when he's pushing his
I'll look
hands
it up.
into the
Yes.
guy's, he's pushing his
Mhm.
hands into the eyeballs of the guy. I'm
Yes.
like, this is something. You know, this
Jim.
is
He's Jim. But
Jim.
yeah,
Yes,
absolutely. Yes. Yes.
yes.
Fantastic screenplay. I read the 28 Days Later screenplay before I saw the movie, and I did see it in the
Oh, you did?
theater. I mean, it kind of ruined it a little bit. I'm surprised in retrospect that the screenplay was even available before the film came out, but I don't think anyone knew it would be as popular as it was. Maybe that's why. Um, Fantastic script. It translated so well to the screen. I loved it too. And I love the sequel as well. So I'm right there with you. Great choice. Um,
The sequel is so unique, though. The sequel is so unique.
mhm, mhm. What do you think about the third act in the sequel with, in the subway? And
It,
does that work
it
for you?
it starts to lose me a little bit, but the
Yeah.
thought of reintegrating a population into a previously zombified area just intrigued the hell out of me. You
Yes.
know, we've never seen that before.
No, exactly. And there's like, the virus is, or the rage virus, I guess I would say, is still there,
Hmm.
lurking. Yes.
Let me
Well,
ask. Can I
anyway,
ask you a question? Can I ask you a
yeah,
question?
please do. Yeah, go for it.
Do you think they're going to address the kids from the last film with the eyes and the antivirus possibility being there?
Mm, I hope so. I don't know. I hope so. I'm not sure. What do you think? Do you think they will?
I don't know because I feel like did Danny Boyle direct the second one or did
I
he
think
just
he,
produce
I
it?
think he did, but gosh, I should have done some research. Let me look it up.
The only reason I say that is because I thought I read a while ago that Danny Boyle wasn't happy with certain things in the second one, but the
it was
second
not.
one,
It was not Danny Boyle. It was Juan Carlos Fresnadillo.
yeah, and Danny Boyle is back on this, so I'm hoping that they don't retcon that. You know, I hope they keep that
Mhm.
in some
Yeah.
fashion
Yes. I
because
hope so
there's two
too.
movies coming out now.
They're doing another one after 28 years later.
Yeah, it's already shot.
Oh my God. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
done. It's done. It's supposed this second one, or excuse me, this first one, the 28 years later one, is supposed to be kind of like to start a whole new trilogy, but they've only shot the two and they shot them back to back. And I don't know the
Yes.
release date for the second one, but I know that they did do another one.
Yes. So you're right. I think I did know that they're making a trilogy out of it, right? And they've already
Yeah.
filmed the second one. Kind of like the new Strangers films, but that's another topic. All right. Well, this has been amazing.
Yes.
Before I let you
Uh,
go, I don't want to keep you too much
the
longer, but but I always do a this or that segment
yeah.
at the end. It's kind of fun, usually fun. There's no right or wrong answer. I just pick two things. I just say two things, and then you just pick one or the other. So no pressure. All right, here we go.
Sure. Yeah.
Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I think
You
I'd
can't
go with
see it
that
right
too.
now, but I have a plaque with George Romero's signature on it of Dawn of the Dead. He's
Oh,
actually what inspired me to become a filmmaker was Dawn of the Dead.
oh my God, fantastic! Show me
Yeah,
afterward. I'd love to see that. Let's see, non-movie
I will show
related.
you.
Okay, black coffee or coffee with cream and sugar?
Neither. I don't drink coffee.
thought you might say that. Anyway, okay, moving on. Alien or Aliens?
Oh, Aliens, for sure. I'm more of a James
Aliens, yeah.
Cameron guy when it comes to that.
Mhm. There's a lot of aliens in part two. Let's see, a walk in the woods alone or go to a coffee shop with friends.
I like coffee shop. Even though I don't drink
Friends. You
coffee, I
drink
try and
coffee.
get,
You could get tea.
yeah,
All
tea,
right.
some type of soda.
Yeah, of course. Let's see, Night of the Creeps or Slither.
Oh, just because I'm not a super huge James Gunn fan right now, I would say probably Night of the Creeps because it was the original too.
Mm,
So let's just be honest.
yeah, of course. It's a classic. Um,
And it's
let's
totally,
see. So good, right? There's so
yeah.
many so many one-liners from that one too. Like, your dates are here, good news, bad news. Thrill Me, I think was from that one. Let's see,
Your
streaming or
boyfriends
physical.
are here,
Yes,
or your
right.
dates are here. Your dates are here.
The bad news is they're dead. There you go. Stream streaming or physical media.
I'm a physical media fan, although streaming, unfortunately, is the way of the future.
Mm, yeah, for sure. I do stream at the gym, but that's because I can't bring my TV and player with me. Um, Shaun of the Dead or Zombieland?
Shaun of the Dead all the way.
Yeah. I can't even think of a movie that's comparable with Shaun of the Dead. That's why Zombieland's the only one that comes to mind. Maybe World War Z, but that's not a comedy, or at least not an intentional comedy. Um,
No, man. Shaun of the Dead is a classic because of Dawn of the Dead. Okay?
oh, of
Dawn of the
course, yes,
Dead and Shaun of the
yes,
Dead. I mean, without them, I mean, they're perfect together.
yes, absolutely. Um, okay, movie theater with a large audience, or watch movie at home.
Uh, I have really bad anxiety, so watching a movie at home is oftentimes better, but I do occasionally get to the theater. So if that answers the question
Yeah, so
in a very
both.
way. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm the same way. Depends on the mood, right? How you're feeling. Um,
Mhm.
I'm I know what you're going to choose here, but I'm going to ask anyway. 28 days later or 28 weeks later?
Oh God. Yeah, you got me, man. 28 weeks later is
Yeah, of
what I would
course.
pick over 28 days. Not discrediting 28 days later. 28 days later is
Of
good. It's
course.
a good movie, but it's
Yeah,
just
agreed.
something different as 28 weeks later.
Yes. Let's see, where am I? Three more. Supreme pizza or cheese pizza, if you eat
I
pizza.
don't eat cheese, so I would say a
Oh,
cheeseless pizza. Does that count?
cheeseless pizza. Yes, that works. Two more. Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2. Oh my God, I studied that film. That film has allowed me to do some of
Yeah.
the stuff I do today.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, last one. Halloween 1978 or Jaws?
Jaws.
Mm.
Yep.
Most people
Yep.
choose
Jaws all
Jaws.
day long.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I guess
Even Jaws 2.
even Jaws 2 over Halloween, you'd pick Jaws 2?
Yes,
Yeah.
Jaws 2 to me is equally, if not just a little better, in my opinion, than Jaws 1. Okay, Jaws 1's the classic. Don't get me wrong. I have it on every time. I mean, I love Jaws 1. Jaws 2, I like because the
Mhm.
film opens up with the orca, you know what I'm saying, at
Yeah,
underneath
yeah.
the water. You kind of see a little bit, and it's so true to the first one, which
Yes.
is what I appreciate. So it makes Jaws 1
No.
better.
What about Jaws 3D?
I accept Jaws 3D.
You
Uh,
accept it.
I'll accept
I
it.
love that.
Um, you know what? Jaws 3D it's an okay film. It's just there are some really, 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 really bad
Mhm.
effects. That
Mhm.
shark coming in to break the window or glass of whatever the underwater thing is.
Yes, yes.
Even on the new version that I just got that's restored, it still
Mhm.
looks like shit.
Doesn't the glass break before the shark hits it or something?
I don't
I'm
know, man.
some
It looks like a shark was cut out, put in the frame, zoomed close to the camera, and then somehow they did some glass thing.
and the
Um,
glass breaks.
yeah, yeah.
It's too funny.
Now, we don't need to talk about Jaws 4, but I do own it.
I do too.
The
Mm,
beginning of Jaws 4, good. The rest of Jaws 4, terrible.
That's more of a drama, right? And wasn't it straight to video, I think? I don't think it even
Yes.
had a theatrical release. So
I counted once how many times you
hmm.
saw the shark in that movie. Like the full shark. I'm not talking just the fin or the tail or something, but you saw that shark 4 times throughout the entire movie. Look it up. I guarantee it. I checked it. I watched it.
I'm going to do that now that you mention it. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, thank you so much for chatting with me today. Congratulations on your films. If you haven't watched Ombis Alien Invasion, check it out and stay tuned for Ombis. Um, what is it? Ombis Alien Awakening 2, and check out Prisoners of the Dead.
2. Alien Awakening, yeah.
Alien Awakening 2. Oh my God, I've said it so many times today now. I
You're good. You're
blanked a
good.
little bit there. Okay, so check out Ombis Alien Invasion and Ombis Alien Awakening 2. My last question for you, Adam, is how can folks find you on social media?
Yes. Instagram at Adam Steigert Official. YouTube is Indie Adam.
Mhm.
And I do have Facebook. It's just my name, Adam Steigert. If you want to look up my amazing career, if you want to call it that, you could look me
I
up on
think so.
IMDb. I'm pretty sure I'm on Google somewhere. So yeah, you can kind of find me everywhere. Um, maybe in a theater near you.
Yes, hopefully, man. Count me in. Let's see. So if you are watching, like and subscribe because it helps our channel. And Adam, thank you once again. This has been fantastic. And congratulations on all your films. And I can't wait for your new movie to come out. Ombis Alien Awakening 2.
Yes, and I look forward to having you see it. I'll have to hear your opinion on it.
Absolutely. All right. Bye, everyone.